Will you start?
Sure. So,
First the name, I
first the
think.
names, yeah. I'm Maruu.
And I'm Naura.
Okay, we are wanderers. So, we came here to Earth to help transition the humanity and the Earth to the next stage. So, how did we meet? So,
Well, I was still working in a social welfare, and I was trying to do something different in my life, especially trying to progress or to start different projects regarding the community service. And I was wandering through the websites differently, and I just noticed Ubuntu movement here in Slovenia. And I was very curious about it. What is it? What is going on? And etc. So the topics that were in Ubuntu movement really resonated with me, especially the healing part, the community part, and to how to make a progress to develop our consciousness into higher dimensions, etc. So this is how we met. I just called Maruu, and we started, to talk, etc. And to build community also here in Slovenia.
basically, at that time, I was trying to change the world. So, this was quite kind of idealistic. That we're trying to do something that we can change the society from within, and that was also something that resonated with me. And I was doing I was always kind of a rebel, and I felt that I don't fit in. So when the Ubuntu movement started to gain traction worldwide, I thought to myself, maybe this is a good idea. So, well, to make the story short, at a certain point in time, I met Naura.
Yay!
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. We also had the web page, yes, of course, of the Ubuntu movement, and also some for.
There was a lot of activities
Yes.
here, so we
Yes.
kind of participate in also, I mean, among others, other movements here. The problem of our environment here that the people are not very aware of the issues, and kind of don't don't have time to care, whatever. So nobody thought that there's something wrong with the society, and I thought to myself that I'm alone in the universe. So basically, at that time, the movement had ups and downs, and I knew that I have to push forward. And just at the right time, I met Naura.
Well, the purpose, yes, of course, the purpose of our living here in this planet, our beautiful planet Earth, is really something that we were discovering, especially me. This is really a path full of excitement and full of expectations and full of learning how to be a better person, how to develop all of my possibilities that I have, and to learn about myself, my higher self, what is my purpose of living here. And this is the part that it took me a year and a half, I could say. But for Maruu, it was completely different story. He already knew his path and his purpose in this life and his mission, especially because we were both wanderers and we were both learning through the timeline healing concept, timeline healing method from Sandra Kelly, where we learned our different roles in our previous lives, not here on the planet Earth, but also on other galaxies and planets, of course. But maybe you would say something about it.
Well, from my side, I always felt that I'm different, that I'm not an ordinary human from very little on. And I always looked at things in a different way. I had different ideas, completely different in terms of understanding, of viewing on the subject. So, and then I tried to implement this also in some solutions that I tried to push and are now part of our movement. And I always felt that I have to teach people about the purpose of living and the purpose of walking the selfhood path. And I had many students in my life, and each student was a kind of teacher for me too. So basically this is still something that I do and I love to do. And later on we learned through our meditations and channeling sessions and timeline healing sessions that actually there is a lot more to what we do than it appears at the beginning. And our drive, internal drive actually, was guiding us towards certain, let's say, actions. And also we learned that there are 10 wanderers here on Earth that had the same, let's say, mission, but not necessarily that they will succeed. And at some point we learned that we have a special contract with the Earth. And this was done through our timeline healing sessions. So we actually unlocked the memories from previous lives, and this was kind of an eye-opener. So this was kind of a door to something completely new from the perspective of our living. So this is where we started to build a lot more momentum towards what we have done later on.
Yeah. Well, maybe I would start. Well, I started channeling to channel in my, I don't know, when I was a teenager also. Well, I think, but it was like a written channeling. It wasn't like voice channeling, something like that. Later on, when we met, and through all these meditations and selfhood path and doing the different methods of how to wake up, and to see the metric of illusion that is all around us and what is doing to us. The voices in me, well, let's say the voices, well, they just said, okay, it's time just to start to channel. At first I did it by myself. I had a few questions written down. The first moment is that, of course, you have to protect the environment where the channeling is taking part. And then, of course, there is you have to make a contact with your higher self and the contact with your beloved spiritual guides, and that especially protection regarding that only 100% beings of light and unconditional love can come through. So this is the first part that I do, and then of course I just wait till the first entity comes. Maybe it's just a thought that at the moment, at the first time that I did that, I didn't know that there could be various or different types of entities that wanted to came through and to talk, or just to give answers to the questions, or just to talk messages or important news on whatever that is really important for the community well-being, or important for my personal self-growth, or just to connect with higher self, what is important at that time, at that moment. But then we also asked, then later on we started to channel together, that Maruu is the one that he gives questions, and entities they came just gave the answers. And I must say that they said that well, one of my specialties, yes, are also these, that I'm like a channel with different plugins. So different entities can plug in and communicate through my energetic body, and just to say whatever they want to say. The second thing is that I try really not to filter these messages. That means that I just remove myself from the channel. I don't know how to say it with the right words so that you would understand, but I just moved, on the other side, and I just led through all the messages, all the entities that wanted to say something. And later on, when we were doing those channeling together, it just started, at some point, they just started to help us with guiding on our soul growth, soul path. And we never knew what will come up. We never knew what will they say. We never knew where we would have to go to do some ritual or ceremony, etc. And everything was just like it was planned, at the perfect moment, at the right place, at the right time. Everything just happened like it should be. So.
And we started to remember things. So.
Yes.
And we also learned that we are very, very old souls. I just put it like that. But we also learned that we kind of represent they represent the yin yang symbol. So basically, my original source was Orion's, and as you know, this is something that it's related to darkness, to negative polarity. So basically, I learned that I flipped at some point to become white, or let's say positive. And this is also this has a lot of meaning and a lot of reasons why we have such a contract with Earth.
Yes, and this contract with Earth was done many eons away.
Eons
ago.
Right.
And those memories that came up were also about not just about our purpose here on this planet Earth, or what is our mission to do, but was also about what we were doing in our previous lives. Those entities, well, they usually say that it's very difficult, to measure time in like here on the planet Earth, in hours and minutes and etc. It's more likely to measure our lives. How many lives did we live as a soul? So when they said to us how many lives I had, and he did. It was really confusing because he is much older than me. You couldn't say that, right?
About twice as old.
Yes, but regarding that, it was also that for me, my experience was that I was like a star, like a shooting star, okay, also with unconditional love, and also spreading love and light everywhere along the universes, parallel universes, or wherever my help was needed. So we this is how we met, because the our consciousness, well, our mother, we could say, and especially because we are all one, and oneness is in everybody, in every one of us. This is something really important to know and to understand, especially now, because we also get the higher vibration through this ritual ceremony that took place on the 22nd of March 2018. 21st, what did I say? 22nd? Okay, 21st. So the planet Earth itself is a really vibrating and lively and really lovingly entity, living entity. And when we were connecting with her, doing Reiki on her, helping her to to develop, to grow, and etc., we also realized that the Earth itself has its own purpose, where she would like to go. So I think at this moment we will not talk about the fall of the Earth with vibration, etc., but we will just stay focused on this the event that happened on the 21st.
Even though that we were present at the point when the Earth fell, so we know the reasons, but this is not the talk now.
So.
Okay. Dobro, dobila ste sporočilo. In zakaj je bil to pač veste zdaj vidva, zakaj je bilo to potrebno, ampak v bistvu kdo vaju je na potu tja? In kako ste vedela, kaj morate narediti?
Okay, okay, I will, but we will we'll both,
okay.
yes, we will both talk about it.
Actually, when we started to work on various topics, we performed at some point in the fall of 2017. We actually performed another ritual that was done by our good friend Jen, and we actually did another ritual that was preparing the Earth for the next phase. The Earth cannot actually move to the next level without helping. So basically what has to be done is to move it forward. So because we are all connected, we are all one, we have to help her to actually go from one stage to another. And this cannot be done by herself, so it has to be helped. And this is also the purpose why we are here. And through our channeling sessions, through our remembering, we actually found out what was the exact purpose. So also our guides, our various guides, we had lots of guides, and through our higher selves we actually learned and prepare ourselves to actually move Earth and the humanity into the next stage. And this preparation took, we can say, several years actually, but more intense was in the last half a year. Right.
Yes, but maybe I would just say something regarding the question, okay, itself. So we never knew, we didn't know what to do, etc. It started, let's say, in September or some. Not just September, it was later on also.
Late September. Actually.
Yes. At one channeling, they just gave us information, different entities. We recommend you, like this, we recommend you to go to this and this place on that date. This and this will happen there. And we just say, okay, so, and then what we will do there, or what should we do, what is the purpose, etc. And they just started to talk. Okay, and there was the event was no exception. It was like that also. A few months before, they started to give us information through channeling itself, so that what will happen, where we had to go, on what date is the most appropriate time, which date is most appropriate date to be there, and what to do. Okay, mostly we just say that mostly of our performance or the ceremony that took place on this date of the event was channeled, completely channeled. We did some, of course, we did some protection. We did some our well, how would I say? How would I put it? We used some. Not, I don't want to use the word magic, but in this case, I will use the word magic. But please don't interrupt it. Interrupt. Yeah, okay. Not misunderstand. Yes, of course, this word is nothing magical. What it is, but it's not like like you. We know the magic that in our metric of illusion is something completely different. So we used some words, especially regarding opening the portal. This is also something that they learned us, entities through channeling, and especially when we started to remember our lives, different lives from eons away. We both knew that this is something that we already have done. And when we opened the portal, then the real channeled ceremony began. Different entities came through, especially archangels Gabriel, Metatron, then Nakira came through, and the earth itself. So through the portal in this world. There were lots of different entities and lots of different light workers and wanderers present on this place. And also we had a visit for our friends from Betelgeuse. They also give us support and messages, and also we couldn't say like healing, but really lovingly support so this event could happen. So we could say that we had a lot of help.
And if somebody wonders where this event occurs, we could say that this is in the heart chakra of the earth. It's an ancient place in Croatia by the sea, and this is one of the most beautiful ancient places that it's not mentioned anywhere. And it has like a primordial energies, female energies. It's really beautiful. It's actually called the Croatian Stonehenge, but actually nowhere mentioned.
And it's really hard to find it. So because nowhere you can't find nowhere written, the GPS coordinates and etc. So you really have to know where to go to look for it.
Yeah, we actually recorded the event itself. So basically the whole ceremony was recorded, and it was, that day was really weird in a way, because you could see on the picture on the video that it was quite bright, and this brightness actually varied through the whole ceremony. It was very windy that day, but the weather was really changing quickly, and the intensity of the sun was also very unusual for the period. So we actually didn't know exactly what to do, and we came there with good intentions, with love in our hearts, and we could feel that that already when we drove our cars there, we started to feel that everything is prepared, that everything is in anticipation, and
lots of loving energy,
Yeah.
supporting, kindness, appreciation, lots of blessings. This was really intense emotions, especially for me. And I could really hardly wait, just to get there and just to start the ceremony, because it was so intense that you could feel the tension inside of our bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, and we just kind of felt what to do, and you could see on the video that the most of the event was actually channeled. So I was there to actually open the portal. So this was my task. This was what I was preparing for, and opening the portal was my mission. Let's say that. And Naura was there to actually pull through the entities and to shield the event itself. So basically, we went like we felt that we should. we didn't have no script. We didn't know what to do exactly. They were just guiding us, and it was really beautiful.
Especially because we didn't have any expectations.
Yeah.
And this is also something that our entities and also other entities from other beloved, wanderers and light workers that also are channeling through the world. Lacking of expectations is really something that puts you on the right path. Just to let it go, just to be with your higher self in your heart, not in your mind, of course, but in your heart. Just be present at the right moment, at that moment. So.
The consequences of the event, yeah.
Well, this is the tough part.
That one.
Yeah.
Actually, it's at the same time beautiful and dark at the same time, depending on the view. Basically, for people that are aligned with fourth density vibration, the energies, it will go smooth. This energy will give another push to actually transform themselves into the true fourth density beings. So this transition will go to about 2024, something like that. But for those who would not actually align with these new energies, who will actually continue to do as they do in a 3D, this will get tough. And we knew, because they told us many times, that the people that will not try to change themselves or try to adapt to positive, so people who will not adapt to fourth vibrational positive orientation will actually suffer, and they will die. This is the end game. So what will happen is that these people will fall apart internally, and when they will be on their lowest, they will actually face their higher selves, and some will go mad, some will commit suicide, some will just die, and there is no hope for the negative entities anymore here on Earth, and that's just...
Yes, but of course this it won't be instantly,
Yeah.
done. So
Not
this
tomorrow.
No.
But maybe.
This is something really that will take a few years, or it doesn't matter, or a decade or something
Well,
like that.
it will not take so many years, basically.
but nevertheless, it's important right now just to keep in mind that this is really the last train to catch if you want to wake yourself up. Okay, wake yourself for this matrix of illusion. Wake yourself from this different oriented, your emotions and your actions and your beliefs and etc. Just to start to question yourself. Who am I? What am I doing here? Am I really so creative and lovingly person as somebody somebody just told me, or not, something like that. It's really important to gain trust in yourself that you really can make a change in this world. But this making a change, of course, is it's connected with your purpose, your mission of your higher self right here on this planet, or in this life that you are living in. And regarding the other entities that are more 3D, we just say like 3D living, that they are really loving this matrix of illusion, that are in love with work and making money, and spending money of different material things, and they just love, to be in the center of attention.
Mind.
Oh yes, of course, ego mind, and that they are just love to work for themselves, not for others. That are not into the community service, that they don't feel this love in your heart, etc. This for those entities, for those people, really this will be a hard time, because none of these things that I just mentioned would give them enough satisfaction as they used to before. And this is also something that they will be really shocked, and they will not find an anchor in their life anymore. And this is what Maruu just told before, that they will start to fall apart. And for the other people that are in the 4D, let's say 4D dimension, that are already searching their path, that are connected with the higher self, that are meditating, etc. For those, this progress will be really smooth, and they will receive different energy bursts, from in the different points on their life path, that will help them to grow, for their soul to grow more, something like that. But on the other hand, changes will be also in our beloved Earth.
Yes.
They just said the changes
Quite dramatic, I would say.
the changes will be. The people could notice changes also in our sky, within our planet itself. So many earthquakes, many. Well, help me.
Well, there will be a lot of disasters, let's say, climate change, due to the climate change, which is not really related to the, let's say, human doings, but this is actually Earth making a catharsis. So, yes, there will be a lot of different disasters related to floods, tornadoes, hunger, because the food is related to weather and climate changes will affect the food chain. So basically, it is advised to take care of yourself, to be more sustainable, to be more self-sufficient. So this is the path we suggest you go. But you have to change yourself first. So.
But of course, if you're going on this path of changing yourself, you know that it won't be an easy one. Okay, and this is like a normal thing, for everybody in this planet Earth. No, you can't change if you don't put an effort in it. And the change, yes, it hurts. It's related with suffering, etc. Yes, but it's needed. It's needed, for you to grow. And this is exactly what the planet Earth is going through at this moment with this. Where we go in this process from the third to the fourth vibration. This is this katarza that we are talking about. So for her, for the planet Earth, this is something that is completely normal. Like for us, it's also for her normal that she has to go through all these changes, climatic changes, etc. So that she can live again, that she can be opened, and that she can clean herself
Right.
when she will enter into this fourth vibration. Well, she already did. Well,
She already did, but the vibration will not be like 100% right now. So basically, the vibration has many levels, and this is just the beginning phase. But it will step up pretty fast. So you could expect a lot of, or let's say, more of a fourth vibrational energy in the second week of April. So this will be the time when this vibration will be stepped up. So more prominent, much more all around us. So this will reflect also on the people. So people that are not aligned, this will be affected the most. So you would see, or you will see,
or you are already seeing in your
yes.
in your partners or friends or in the
Yes.
community or in the company when
Yes.
you work, that the people that are already, that before they didn't did anything on themselves, that they were just in this 3D living in this 3D, they just act something differently, that everything was messing them.
They will start to shatter. Actually, their personality will start to shatter. So because this is just the way it is. The fourth vibrational living or being is a really long period. It's not like 3D, which is really a quite short span, but this will probably go on for millions of years, because in fourth vibration we'll reach, at the end of this cycle, we will reach the so-called social memory complex. So this is what was talked in the law of one. So basically this is our next step, next evolution. And also Earth has the same path. So basically she is becoming a new universe. This is why this is so important, what's going on right now. Work on yourself.
Yeah.
Work on yourself. And this is the best message we could give you. Join other people that are trying to wake up or are awakened already, but just get together, practice forgiveness, practice healing, practice self-sufficiency, because the probably one of the biggest inventions in modern times are the cities, because cities kind of dehumanize people, so they don't look for their communities, and the cities force people to look just for themselves. So they kind of enforce this service to self mentality, and this is also one of opportunity that you try to connect to the earth. Earth is now the primary source of energy, not the sun. The earth. Earth is intimately connected with humanity, and connect with earth, connect with growing food, connect through growing herbs, connect with with earth, going into the forests, and this is probably the best advice we can give you
And
right
connect to learn how to love yourself.
now.
And how to be and act through your heart, not your mind.
Right.
And especially make an effort, to service to others. Not just service to self, but to service to others. Do something good for others, just like a voluntary work
Yes.
or just a community work or something like that.
Random acts of kindness, that would
Yes.
be great.
But we also can, I don't know, we can see if any entity will like to come through here right now at this moment. If she or he will not talk in English, we will take care for translation.
We'll
right?
subtitle it.
Yes. Well, should we try? Okay. I just did a protection part before we started this film with this session, so this is the part that I won't be doing right now. Oh, hello, my dears. Leila here.
Hi, Leila.
Hi. I'm so happy to see and to hear from you too, especially regarding with this footage, with this filming, that this is meant for the other entities, light workers and wanderers all over the world. So I'm really happy that this event also occurred, because we are also wondering where those two, well, Naura and Maruu, will have a courage to expose themselves to you. I know they tried in the past, they tried to connect with other light workers from around the world, but they didn't have a lot of success with that. But nonetheless, this is not really important right now, because this is something that their path, their mission of their life has led them to do that exactly at this moment, what they are doing right now. So my words that I wanted to give to you are connected with you, because this is something that most of humanity forgets. Individual is important, okay, in the community. This is something that every person really forgets about, because you are so down to earth. You just want, to go to school, to have a medical care, to make some money, to make a living, and etc. And of course, you always forget about your passion in your life, forget about your mission, forget about what do you want to do in your spare time, especially. This passion in your life is something that we notice that is lacking in most of the humanity here on the planet Earth. So please take care of yourselves. Not just by, eating the right food, healthy food, of course, not just by becoming a vegetarian, vegan, not just that you are taking the best care of your health and etc., but also with neglecting all of beliefs that are connected with the negative polarity. Okay, I know that sometimes it's really hard for you, but this is really important at this moment, at this time, at this present time, that you try to achieve your goal in every day, in every second of your life, just to stay present within you, and of course to nurture every positive thought that you have, but nurture in your heart, and especially be grateful for every person that occurs in your life. It doesn't matter if they are evil. It doesn't matter if they make you cry. It doesn't matter if they make you if they are violent, and etc. or whatever they do to you. But try to understand why this person is occurring in your life, and try to understand what the hell is he doing here? What I have to learn, maybe I have to learn to be brave. Maybe I have to learn that I have to take a control of my life. Maybe I have to learn how to love myself better. Maybe I just have to release all the old beliefs that are in me, to let it go and to start to make a new ones, new beliefs that are connected with the unconditional love. My darlings, this is my message. So take care. With lots of love in your hearts. We are really grateful for this opportunity to occur. So take care and Adonai Ra.
Adonai Ra.
Okay. Well, this was a surprise, I think. I never channeled in English. So
you did good.
How did it go? How did it go? Oh, I did.
You did great.
Okay.
Yeah, we wondered many
it's
times.
Always
how
the
would it
first
be?
time, right?
Yeah, and on the camera. Great. Yeah.
So yes, stay tuned. We are really happy again just to have an opportunity to share our
perspective.
Yes, with you. And we really like to invite you to step on this path of selfhood, okay?
To connect.
Yes, of course, and to connect with each other. You connect also, you can connect with us. We are also here starting a new community here in Slovenia. But I think this will be another topic reserved for another time, not now.
Right.
Yes. So I'm sending you lots of love and unconditional love, especially lots of happiness, and just don't give up. No matter how hard it is, don't give up.
Very good times. Good times.
Bye.
Bye.